down to our disappointing team of the week here. And I'm going to go with a team that I had making the playoffs. And, idiot of the podcast here for this one is picking the Tennessee Titans to make the playoffs. This is
I
back-to-back
tried to
weeks
tell
where
you.
They're
I
pretty
tried
bad.
to tell you.
yeah, you'll get your turn to talk here. This is back-to-back weeks where they've gone down to the state of Florida and gotten their asses kicked. The offensive line is absolutely atrocious, and which they aren't allowing Derrick Henry to get free. The pass rush, which they've spent a decent amount of money on, has been non-existent all year. Mike Vrabel, he might be on the hot seat. I'm not sure. He was asked about it in his post-game presser. He said he's not concerned about it. But this stat is also wild to me that they have lost 14 of their last 17 games and have not won a road game this year.
Yeesh.
Oh,
That's not good.
And I don't know. Will Levis looked. It seems teams have figured out Will Levis. He might not be the guy. The Titans might just be. Well, they are in tank mode, and in their best interest, if they want to give Will Levis another year and an off season with the strength and conditioning staff and
Oh no, he's already pretty fucking
weapons.
Jacked. I don't know.
And
I think he's got that down.
I think it's all the mental thing at this point.
And just another year in the offense, they need to address that offensive line and get Derrick Henry back on track and fix that before they really worry about anything else. But Tennessee's my disappointing team this week.
I'm actually not going to go with a team. I'm going with a specific unit. I'm going with the Chiefs wide receivers.
That's fair.
/ tight ends. Just an awful game last night. Hardman, you get brought back for this one play, a deep shot, probably once a game, in your hands, and you literally drop it. Like if that was a baby, it would be dead. Like that's how pathetic that was. I mean, Travis Kelce drops an easy first down. God, there was Watson, 4th and 25, somehow gets open on Darius Slay, which I have no idea what he was doing.
Yeah, why is Slay playing 30 yards off?
I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. But it's just every time they needed a play, their wide receivers just absolutely crapped the bed. Just like Detroit game to open the year, but worse.
Well, and Ethan, you're spot on. You listen to these wide receivers talking training camp, and they're like, hey, this is the most talented room we've ever had. We have too many dogs in this room. Someone's not going to make the roster that deserves to make the roster. Unfortunately, Amir Smith-Marset was that guy. They sent him off to Carolina. Justin Ross has his own things he's battling right now off the football field. But on the football field, he was a monster in the preseason. Look what he did, that one catch he had in the Vikings game. A player, Ethan, you also didn't comment on, Sky Moore. He second-round pick.
He's done nothing. I was wondering where the hell he's been.
Second-round pick in 2022. They talk about getting Kadarius the ball more and not doing a whole lot because he was injured. He had knee surgery in July. They gave him the ball. That is true. But then also in the first half, when they gave him the ball, he made some big plays, and all of a sudden, the second half, they go away from him. And Ethan, to your point, even Justin Watson, he beat James Bradbury on 1 3rd down, streaking down the sideline for probably a touchdown, and he cuts it to the middle of the field. Mahomes put it in the perfect spot. Like, he can only jump on so many grenades in this receiving room before it absolutely blows up. And then also, Rashee Rice breaks Darius Slay's ankles in the first half, and they don't go back to him. Again, I don't know. Maybe he wasn't getting open. Maybe the Eagles secondary was shutting him down, but it's just an unacceptable effort from this team. And that's going to be what makes them to lose an early playoff game that they shouldn't, because they can't make any plays on the outside. And your point, that tight end, he's got something going on in his head right now, because he has.
He's wondering when the song's gonna be written about.
Are you saying his head is a blank space?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my God.
He has not been the same since the first half of that Chargers game where he went for 140 yards.
He's clearly distracted. He cares more. He's more worried about his.
Well, and then also, guys.
And she needs to be there. Is she not? She clearly is not a very supportive girlfriend either. I mean, you got to start calling that into question. If she's not there to support him, what is she doing?
Well,
She sees it on the field that he plays his best when she's in the stands, but if she's not there, he's not there. You know, this is a two-way street, Taylor. You got to scratch his back. He's going to scratch yours.
Well, and then, you know, another thing about Travis was interesting is last year, guys, he was talking after that Tennessee game where he had like 10 catches and I think 110 yards or 100 yards. And I don't know if he scored or not. Took an absolute just beating that game. Came back on the New Heights talking about how he took a nasty shot and he couldn't move his head, but he loves the game. He's going to play. He's going to play. He's going to play. And then all of a sudden, he gets in this relationship with a world-class celebrity. And now he's talking about, you know what, man? The thought of retire, I think about retirement more than ever. You know, the aches and pains, the 10 surgeries I've had. I just don't know if I can do this. 6 months. And then also 6 months ago, you said you were going to go until the wheels fell off. So did the wheels all of a sudden fall off now? Or are you sitting back like, you know what? I've made the bag. I'm dating someone who has a bigger bag than I'll ever dream of. Maybe I don't need this whole football thing. But it's nonsense. He says when he's in the NFL season, he's all football. He don't look like he's all football right now. And this wide receiver room to Ethan's point here, looks like they're going off the past success of Sammy Watkins, Demarcus Robinson, and Tyreek Hill. Like, this isn't 2018 to 2020 anymore, boys. You have to put the work in. Just because you put that red jersey on and that helmet and Pat Mahomes is throwing you the ball and Andy Reid is calling plays doesn't mean you're going to go out there and do your thing. It's just unacceptable. And, you know, changes will be made if nothing gets right this season. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, and so here we've got who's your disappointing team of the week, Grant?
So remember last week how Ethan, he said his disappointing team was a team he had in the playoffs and thought they'd be good. And Dylan, yours was this week too.
Yeah.
Well, let's continue that trend with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I absolutely pounded my chest for this team to start the season. And you know what? I think Kirk Ferentz somehow snuck into my head, because if you take away the head coach on the sideline, the University of Iowa's football team and the Pittsburgh Steelers is the same team. It's a really good defense, but just an absolutely putrid offense that doesn't belong on the football field. And I drank the juice. I mean, listen to this, guys, on Sunday. Kenny Pickett was 15 to 28 for 106 yards, 3.8 yards an attempt. And you take away Jalen Warren's 74-yard touchdown run, they had 98 yards on 25 carries. The offensive line gave up 3 sacks. And if they don't score 17 points, they're 0-4 this year. Yes, they haven't won a game where they score less. And I know not a lot of teams do, but at the end of the day, come on. At some point, sometimes you have to win a 16-13 game in the NFL. And you know how I said Green Bay, they averaged 11.9 yards a catch on Sunday? The Steelers' longest reception on Sunday was for 14 yards. You know, Matt Canada just lost his job today. And maybe that's going to be a spark in Pittsburgh, but this Pittsburgh Steelers, my disappointing team. And I'm just kind of upset that, you know, I drank the juice and I let this putrid offense that we've seen for the last 3 years dictate that I thought they'd be a playoff team.
Yeah, and this is the first time since 1940 that the Steelers fired a coach in season.
Incredible.
And that was it. And they had, I believe they had three coordinators that year. I remember listening when I was watching a segment from Rich Eisen's show today. They had three different coordinators. It started with a guy that was like the part owner, and then it changed to a different one, and then a different one. So three in a row, 3 different ones, and now I don't know if this starts a trend, but who knows? And apparently this was ordered from the top. This was Art Rooney the second that or that demanded
Interesting.
Canada be fired.